me just explain why I'm tearing this truck down and replacing the Awesome Kong axles and all of that. I've been having some diff issues with Awesome Kong and a couple of other little weird binding issues and things like that. But the main reason I'm doing it is because the AR60 axles are being phased out. And I want something that has more reliability, more normal parts on the product, parts and products on the market, sorry. So I'm going to switch it out to these LMT axles here. And these are really, really nice ones. These are all aluminum housings, all aluminum outers and things like that. So it'll be nice and strong. I'm going to keep the links and everything on this truck. All this stuff, most of the running gear is going to stay on this truck. And you guys are going to be seeing some new stuff going on this vehicle here in another video here coming pretty soon. So I'm waiting on some new parts to show up for this truck. And then we're going to do a different axle setup for this vehicle. So we're going to take these off, put them onto the Awesome Kong Sport Mod. We're going to be installing some different drive shafts to do that as well, which we'll get into here in this video as well. But before we get there, let's get this truck torn down. Okay, so stage one here is complete of the teardown here. We've got the Sport Mod truck all torn down. I'm going to do the next process, which is tear down the Pro Mod over there. And then what we're going to do next is worry about fitment and drive shafts. And we'll explain the drive shafts when we get there. But next thing up, we're going to tear down the Pro Mod, get those other housings out, and get this thing on to the next part of the process. All right, we got the LMT torn down. We have the axles here ready to go on the SMT10 here, front and rear. We're actually going to be borrowing this for a moment, because the next step of the process that I want to talk about, as I kind of tidy up a little bit here, is the drive shafts. So the next thing we need to talk about is the drive shafts. What I have here in this box are Red Cat Gen 8 stainless steel drive shafts. So why I chose these is because they have a 5mm bore that fits directly onto the SMT10 transmission. But they are steel, so they're not aluminum, they're not anything like a weird material or anything like that. So you can actually drill these out and make them fit the end of this pinion shaft. So that's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to step outside, I'm going to put these on the vise, and I'll show you what I'm going to drill here in just a moment. Alright, before we go outside and drill the drive shafts, I just want to show you guys what I mean. So this is a 5mm output shaft, which fits the transmission side perfectly fine, but the differential end, this side will need to be drilled out. This hole right here, we're just going to take it outside, put it in the drill press, drill it out maybe a millimeter or two, and then clearance it, and that should fit over that. And we're going to do both sides of the drive shaft here. I use the thicker side of the plunger on my setups, just how I do mine. So we're going to go ahead and step outside, and I'm going to go ahead and drill these out, and then we will be back to start doing final fitment and things like that. Alright guys, we are back from the test run. Everything went relatively smooth. We had a couple of little loose bolts and things like that we had to check over. But the main issue that we had, unfortunately, were the sway bars. One of the sway bars popped loose, came off, and when I went to try to adjust it, the grub screw stripped out. So I pretty much just made the executive decision to eliminate the sway bars for now. I do plan on getting a different setup for this at some point, and maybe trying a different sway bar and maybe some different things like that. But other than that, guys, that's the end of the video for today.